habitat destruction
การทำลายถิ่นอาศัย
fragmented spaces
พื้นที่ที่แตกกระจัดกระจายไม่ต่อเนื่อง
deforestation
การตัดไม้ทำลายป่า
soil erosion
การพังทลายของดิน
mass extinction
การสูญพันธุ์ครั้งใหญ่
sustain
ค้ำจุนทำให้ดำรงอยู่ได้
parochial view
มุมมองแคบๆมองแค่ท้องถิ่น
imperatives
สิ่งจำเป็นเร่งด่วน
inputs and outputs
สิ่งที่ไหลเข้าและออกทรัพยากรพลังงาน
endemic species
สปีชีส์เฉพาะถิ่นพบได้ที่เดียว
saline lake
ทะเลสาบน้ำเค็ม
stopover point
จุดพักระหว่างทางของนกอพยพ
nesting area
พื้นที่ทำรัง
diverted
เบี่ยงเบนผันน้ำไปทางอื่น
emergent causeways
คันดินถนนที่โผล่ขึ้นมาเชื่อมเกาะกับแผ่นดิน
predators
ผู้ล่าสัตว์กินเนื้อ
jeopardy
อันตรายภัยคุกคาม
non-local significance
ความสำคัญที่เกินกว่าพื้นที่ท้องถิ่น
environmentalists
นักอนุรักษ์สิ่งแวดล้อม
legal action
การดำเนินคดีทางกฎหมาย
habitat destruction alongside global warming stands as one of the greatest environmental threats facing humankind. As human populations continue to expand, land use inevitably increases, leading to the confinement of wildlife species into smaller and fragmented spaces. More than half of the Earth's land surface has already been drastically altered by human activities, resulting in widespread deforestation, soil erosion, and alarming levels of extinction. While it is clear that most species cannot sustain healthy populations outside their natural habitats, the critical question arises. Is conserving a single habitat enough to ensure the survival of a species, or can damage to one habitat ripple outward and affect broader ecosystems? Increasing evidence suggests that the latter is often true, reminding us that conservation must take a far-reaching, interconnected perspective rather than a narrow, isolated one. Habitats, even those appearing remote and secluded, rarely exist in isolation. Instead, they are intricately connected by natural flows of energy, nutrients, and migration pathways that bind them to other ecosystems, near and far. A powerful example can be seen in Mono Lake, a unique saline body of water in Southern California. The lake is sustained by streams of snowmelt and winter rains flowing down from the Sierra Nevada mountains, with evaporation being its only natural outlet. This delicate balance between inflowing streams and evaporation created a highly distinctive ecosystem, home to an endemic species of brine shrimp. Despite being surrounded by arid land, Mono Lake evolved into an oasis, providing abundant food for millions of migratory waterbirds and serving as an essential nesting site for local bird populations such as the California gull. However, when humans diverted water from the lake's inflowing streams to meet urban demands, the consequences were swift and severe. The water level of the lake dropped dramatically, exposing land bridges that connected islands to the mainland. What had once been safe, isolated nesting grounds for gulls became vulnerable to predation from coyotes and other terrestrial animals. At the same time, the shrinking water body threatened the survival of the mono brine shrimp, a keystone food source for migratory birds. With less water and rising salinity, the entire ecosystem began to unravel, endangering countless species that depended on the lake either directly or indirectly. The case of Mono Lake highlights a profound lesson. The ecological significance of a habitat extends far beyond its geographic boundaries. A single disruption can cascade through food webs, migratory routes, and distant ecosystems. Recognition of this broader, non-local importance was central to the legal battle waged by environmentalists, who ultimately succeeded in reducing water diversion and protecting the lake's fragile balance. In the end, Mono Lake stands as a reminder that conservation cannot be confined to local or isolated thinking. Habitats are deeply interconnected, and the health of one often depends on the survival of another. Protecting nature, therefore, requires a holistic approach that considers not just the immediate surroundings, but also the far-reaching ecological ties that sustain life across the planet.